Gladys. Halloween is coming up, so today we're going to be making pictures of pumpkin patches. We're going to use our overlapping skills, and we're going to make it look like some pumpkins are in front and some pumpkins are behind. You'll also be able to add other details in your picture of your choice. I'm going to show you how it's done. Here we go. To make your own pumpkin patch today, you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, an eraser just in case. You might have one on the back of your pencil. Something to outline with, like a Sharpie or a black crayon. And you can use any coloring supplies of your choice. You can use watercolor paint, you can use colored pencils, you can use crayons, you can use markers, you can use more than one supply. It is up to you. Now, the first thing I want you to do today is think about a pumpkin. Think about the shapes that you see when you look at pumpkins. What shape is a pumpkin normally? Usually, pumpkins are either circle shapes or oval shapes. Are they perfect ovals and circles? No way. They look kind of lumpy sometimes, kind of bumpy. So I want you to start today by creating a pumpkin shape somewhere on your paper. It's up to you where it is. I'm going to start by putting a pumpkin right here. I kind of created a circle shape. Is it perfect? No, but that's a good thing. That's the point. I don't want it to be perfect. Now, pumpkins have stems. So I'm going to add a stem to my pumpkin. I like to kind of create almost like a curvy rectangle shape, and that's going to be the stem. If you want to make this a little bit more tricky, you can extend the stem and you can do some overlapping. Remember from last time, overlapping is when you put one thing on top of something else, and this is where your eraser might come in. If you need to erase a part that you don't want, you're welcome to do that. This doesn't look like a pumpkin yet because I need to include a detail. Pumpkins almost look like they have lines on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line in the middle, and then I'm going to make a curved line on one side and the opposite curved line on the other side, and I'm going to do that again. So kind of like you're drawing a beach ball or something like that. It's tricky. Do your best. Have fun with it. It'll make your pumpkin look a little bit more round and real. Now I want to pretend that this pumpkin is growing in a pumpkin patch. That means I want to make it look like there's more pumpkins around it. I don't want just this one guy hanging out by himself. I want to put pumpkins around him. So I have to use my overlapping skills when I put one thing on top of something else. This is going to be hard because we are not using tracers today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a pumpkin shape behind my first pumpkin, and I can make it a little bit bigger. This one is more of an oval. Should I draw right through my first pumpkin? No, I have to overlap. I have to make it look like this one is behind. So I'm only going to draw the parts that don't touch my first pumpkin. If you get a little too carried away, if you draw too much like I did, feel free to use your handy dandy eraser. Definitely add details to all of your pumpkins. It will absolutely make them look more realistic. Some of your pumpkins can be big. Some of your pumpkins can be small. Maybe you have some pumpkins that are not even fitting on the page. Maybe you have a pumpkin, like a half pumpkin, like you didn't have enough space to draw it all. It makes your picture look a little bit more interesting to have something kind of cut off. So feel free to do that. If you want to try something really tricky, and I'm talking really tricky here, you can even overlap things in the front. That means you're going to have to erase, but that's okay. If I want to make it look like there's a third pumpkin in front of these two, I can draw a circle right in front of it, erase the parts that I don't want, and I could add the details in. So yeah, this is pretty tricky, but do your best when you're drawing your pumpkins in your patch. It's up to you how many pumpkins you have. Do your best. So I've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumpkins. Feel free to add some other details to your pumpkins as well. Sometimes pumpkins have vines that kind of grow from them. Sometimes pumpkins do have leaves, so feel free to add some leaves into your picture, kind of like we did when we made our sunflowers. If you like the way it looks, they can be on the ground, they can be by the stem. It's really up to you. Now all my pumpkins, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumpkins, and again, it's up to you how many you draw. You can draw a lot, you can draw a little, it's your choice. All my pumpkins right now though look like they are floating. So I have to make it look like they are on a ground. How do you think I should do that? That's right. I'm going to have to draw a line, and I'm going to have to overlap that line. I'm going to draw a line right here in this empty space, and then I'm going to continue the line, but I'm not going to draw through the pumpkins. I'm going to start right there, and I'm going to connect it to the edge of the paper, and they are magically on the ground. Now this is the fun part. Once you have your pumpkins in and they're overlapped and they're looking great and you're happy with them, you can add whatever kind of details you want to in your pumpkin patch. Maybe one of your pumpkins has a face, like a jack-o'-lantern. Maybe you have something in the patch, or maybe there's something in the sky. Maybe it's nighttime, so I'm going to do a little moon here. Maybe it's daytime and you want to draw a sun. Maybe your pumpkins are in the dirt and you would like to make a kind of like a bumpy line that resembles dirt. Maybe your pumpkins are in the grass and you'd like to draw line shapes that look like grass. Your details are completely 100% up to you. I have another example that I did. I was kind of playing around. On this one I have a scarecrow. I kind of made a really cartoony looking scarecrow. I have a little rabbit. Rabbits sometimes get into pumpkin patches. I forgot what these are called. Oh my goodness. Corn stalks, I guess. It's a stalk of corn. People like to decorate with those for autumn. So the details are totally up to you. Maybe you have like some ghosts flying around. Maybe you have clouds in the sky. Maybe you have bats or birds flying around. It is totally your choice how many or how few details you do. When you are done drawing your pumpkin patch and you're happy with it, the next thing I want you to do is outline your pencil lines so that we can see them better. And you can use a black marker to do that, or you can use a black crayon. It really helps. You can see already, it helps us to see our work a little bit better. Now that I'm done outlining my pumpkin patch picture, I'm ready to add some color, and it is up to you what art supplies you use to color in your pumpkin patch. When I made my pumpkin patch picture here, I used crayons, and I use crayons because there are so many different shades of orange in my crayon box. Something fun you can try is you can try using different colors for different pumpkins because pumpkins come in all different shades. Something also interesting that you can try is you can try blending colors. So for example, crayon boxes have a lot of different shades of green. Maybe I want one of my stems to be like a light green. Maybe I want one of my stems, whoops, maybe I want one of my stems to be a medium green. Maybe I want another stem to be a combination color green. Maybe I would like to color in a light green, and then really lightly I can take a darker green and color it on top to kind of create a new shade. So feel free to kind of experiment with that today. The rest of the picture, other than the pumpkins, the colors are totally up to you. You can even make stems brown if you want to. The sky is up to you. The ground is up to you. And it's totally up to you what the details on your picture are. You can be creative. Maybe you're in the picture picking pumpkins. I actually added this little hand here so it looks like he's about to reach down and grab this jack-o'-lantern one. I also gave him some teeth. That was kind of fun to do. Feel free to be as creative as you possibly can. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Have a great time.